What do you say to historians that say that modern Christian doctrines were taken from other worldviews when the Jews were in exile and under pagan religions?
I would again say, what do you mean by that? And how did you come to that conclusion? What evidence do you have for that position? Because it's false. They're going to have to support that. And if there's anybody who's not going to take pagan practices for their own, it's the Jews, right? The Jews are the ones that are trying to stay separate from the pagan practices, at least doctrinally. Now, practically, sometimes they did it. Like, for example, the Jews sometimes sacrificed to Molech, including Solomon, right? But they knew that was wrong. They're the ones that are trying to remain pure. They're the last people on earth to say these things, these pagan practices are true. They're the last people on earth to say we're going to adopt them as our own and say they're true. They may sin and do it, but they know that Yahweh is the true God. So they're not stealing from, and I would like to see what are these other pagan stories that people are saying the Hebrews took from.
So when they were in Persia, under the Persian Empire, when they were going back to the Promised Land, the Persian Empire followed a religion called Zoroastrianism, which sounds just like Christianity. They talk about a savior coming. They talk about like the savior would die and then come back and restore the world.
I would ask them what their sources are for this, because just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. Right? There's a lot of nonsense on the internet, as you know. I don't think there's any scholar out there who would say that Christianity's borrowed from Zoroastrianism. And in fact, virtually all of the so-called pagan resurrection myths, if you want to talk about Christianity, come after Christianity, not before. So if anyone's borrowing from Christianity, or everyone's borrowing, it's not Christianity, it's these other, like Mithras and these other worldviews that are borrowing from Christianity.